They know I got them vibes, so you know them fans watching me.
They in my chat with the shits. Oh, they must think they can stop me. See, we got rods on the scopes. Now don't get sniped out the lobby.
Is not on me now. Tell me, what do you see?
We send the vibes of the nation. LIB in our blood. We in the sky with this shit. Just think it came out.
See, it's 99% cap, 1% gameplay, 100% vibe. Don't bring that bullshit my way. Try your luck, go against the vibe. Where you fuck, you gon' think I'm Mike Grable the way I make them tighten up. You'll be lucky if you even score. You should read more, though I choose to live in peace. You should know I bleed war. I'm a recon man, one of the best in the sport. I keep a drone on my hip, I let it out to explore. They say the ops on the way. I see one, I know it's more. They just ran inside a building, my EMP gon' deploy. Make them panic, play support. Crypto going manic, they tryna figure out how I do assault damage. Real just mark the surroundings, I know they can't stand it. Borowski sending out his ghost and they don't understand it. I'm headed to the high grounds to get a overstanding. Now you from a distance, see your partners, they just left you stranded. Damn. You know you headed to the lobby, right? Sorry for your awful fight. I admit it was easy.
Let me teach you how to
so you
vibe.
always die. I know you doing that ping thing. They gone, made it out of sniper range. Level 1 knockdown shield. It's been 7 minutes in the fucking game. I'm devoted. Hit you with the devotion, hear it wind up, quick motion. Now I'm headed with the wind to your partners, but I'm focused. See, Goat just hit that beast on the hunt. Ghosts is we reloaded, blow the EMP and we done. They know I got them vibes, so you know them fans watching me.
They in my chat with the shits. Oh, they must think they can stop me. See, we got rods on the scopes. Now don't get sniped out the lobby.
Is not on me now. Tell me, what do you see?
We send the vibes of the nation. LIB in our blood. We in the sky with this shit. Just think it came out the mud.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Dom DeMarco.
Big Jeff KT2 Coop, Mr. Bipolar in the building. What up? My bad, KT2 the GOAT. Big Jeff, what up? Suave ATL, Nevin, Evan P. Everybody tapped in on Facebook. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like, share, follow, comment, tap in for the daily content. If you watching on the red, hit that like, comment, share it to your friends. Tap in for the daily podcast. If you missed the live streams, you'll always be able to keep up with the highlights on YouTube, or you can watch the whole thing back. If you're on Kick, picture in picture, 50 emotes, free to use. You do not have to be a sub, no ads. Tap in on Kick if you want to watch that way. And if you're on Twitch, Amazon Prime, you get to sub to the channel once a month for free. If you have Amazon Prime, it costs you nothing. If you don't use it on me, use it on another one of your favorite content creators on the Purple. Live on multiple platforms every day. Drico, what up? Becker, man, listen, we only got a few more weeks to deal with the nonsense that is horrible football being played from our football teams. If your team is in a rebuild like mine, I'll pray for you. Hope everybody had a good Sunday. Tennessee Titans are for sure locked in on the number 1 seed as we speak. Ill will for real. GG's in the chat to all the Jaguar fans. Y'all are now at the top of the AFC South. Told y'all Daniel Jones on a bad leg played the Texans today and lost. So now it is the Jaguars tied with the Colts, with the Houston Texans right behind, and the Tennessee Titans dead last. AFC North is trash this year. Yes, sir. And I told y'all the Steelers had a chance to run away with that division, and they didn't. They are down back. And that's Zay was good. Dre was popping. That's one of the rare things that you could find the silver lining in the clouds. We knew what type of season this would be for the Tennessee Titans. We didn't think it'd be this bad. But nonetheless, like my YouTube and my post from yesterday, the Tennessee Titans can turn it around with all they have in front of them, which will be the number 1 seed that they could trade out of, as well as hiring a new coach that Jeffrey Simmons today said needs to come in and hold people accountable and change the culture because it is not good. And we could not have expected that from Mike McCoy, interim coach, to change it around. Once again, Tennessee Titans opening drive, the best drive of the day for them. They go 70 yards, march down, 4th down and 3. They elect to kick a field goal in the red zone, and he told the reporters this: if it would have been 4th and 2, I would have went for it. And if you've seen my YouTube post about Alabama and Kalen DeBoer doing what Mike Elko and the Texas A&M Aggies did not, it is the exact same message. When DeBoer went for it, instead of kicking the field goal, he told his team, I'm putting it in your hands, go execute the play. When Elko punted on 4th and 1 and let Arch Manning walk down, he was saying, I don't trust my team to make the play, even though I have one of the most dynamic players in the country. And the Tennessee Titans, after having one of their best performances of the year last week, in a loss, comes against the Seahawks, comes right back and compounds on that, because you don't expect to win. I know some, Captain Obvious type people in the comments of my post always say, what do you expect? I don't expect them to win and beat the Jaguars. I expect them at home to build on what they had in the Seahawks game. And we've been waiting all year to watch them build on top of good performances, which would mean they're getting better. They're progressing. And what happens? They're progressing. They're having a really good drive to start, and you kick a field goal on 4th and 3, and you tell your team, if it was 4th and 2, I would win for it. You have nothing to lose. The commentators said you had nothing to lose, and you kick a field goal, and then you give up 6 on a busted coverage because you only have 2 cornerbacks active. They elected to play 3 safeties instead of play cornerbacks Sunday. And then what do you get? You fumble on a punt, and then they score, and then it's all over. The win is taken out of yourselves. You get a penalty on the extra point, and then they go for 2 and get it, and it's 15-3 before you know it. And then you go 3 and out, 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 3 and out. They were horrible on 3rd down. Penalties. Even so much so that Arden Keep threw a punch with no time on the clock at the end of the first half, when the half was over. When you go into the half 15-3, no, walk them back out and let them kick a 40-yard field goal because of the penalty and the punch thrown. And now it's 18-3, and the Tennessee Titans are not good enough and are not coached well enough to come back and win that football game we all knew it was over with. So that was today in a nutshell. Was penalties, sloppy play, horrible offense, 3rd down. I cannot make this up. Jim DK and A.O. Monter ran into each other on 3rd down. 3rd and short, your 2 receivers run into each other. A.O. Monter dropped a 4th down pass. Tony Pollard dropped a 4th down pass. And for all the people that said, man, Cam Ward needs to be more
Let me teach you how to vibe.
more accurate with his passes. Well, Josh Hines Allen was not blocked in the entire game today. He lived in the backfield. If he has Cam Ward by the throat and Cam Ward is throwing under duress, Tony Pollard, a running back that's getting paid $8.5 million to play running back, can make a play. Tony Pollard can catch a pass that's not on target. We played the Patriots on 4th down. Drake May threw a complete duck to Pop Douglas, and he did a backflip and caught it one-handed. Sometimes players can go make a play for a rookie quarterback that's throwing the ball under pressure, that was under pressure the entire game. So in that sense, you know, Cam Ward didn't have a good day. He missed some other throws. Had 2 fumbles, a fumble from DK, a fumble from Pollard. Pollard dropped a 4th down pass, as well as Aomana dropped a 4th down pass. So that's 4 turnover plays right there.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
And you mix that in with as many penalties as they had, and just the non-aggressiveness from the head ball coach, and more penalties. I can't tell you how many times the defense, Jeffrey Simmons and the guys up front, had the Jaguars in 3rd and long or off the field and got a penalty that extended the drive for the Jacksonville Jaguars today. It did not make sense. It did not make sense. 25 unanswered points, and got smoked at home. 4 consecutive home games, 4 consecutive losses, and 49ers. And if the Tennessee Titans really want to stink it up, they could lose to the Browns on purpose and pretty much lock in the number 1 seed. The Jets won today, so the Titans would have it their destiny in their hands, playing the Saints the second to last game before the season, which would just lock up the number 1 seed. So if the Titans really wanted to tank, now would be the time. D'Angelo, GG's in the chat. All my Jag homies come in, talk y'all's trash, man. I'm not gonna stop y'all from talking trash today. Ravens Joe, TJ, Suave, ATL, B Walker, what it do, player? Man, Facebook is
Let me teach you how to
really
vibe.
acting up today. I mean, Facebook has been read almost the entire stream. What is up with Facebook? Typical Facebook. But we live on Facebook, Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. Oh, Norton. It said prove Carolina. Yeah, I mean, y'all are competing this year, and that's what you want from a young team, to show that you can compete. Now y'all need to take the next step and contend. The next step that the Panthers need to take is to contend, because y'all now have the talent. Coker, Liggett, T-Mac, Horn in the slot, Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard, Jatavian Sanders. Like y'all got, you know, JC Horn. Like y'all got some guys. Y'all just got to make that next step to go from now competing to contending. All right. Let's get into the box score of the Tennessee Titans. The statistics of the Titans Jags game. Yet another game the Tennessee Titans ran better on the first drive, got blanketed the rest of the drive, the rest of the day. Got outgained in the rushing department once again. The Tennessee Titans did. Got outgained in the ground. Like this is battle. Tajay Spears today, 2 carries, -1 yard. Tony Pollard had a better day, 10 carries for 60 yards, but fumbled and dropped a pass on 4th down that hit him in the hands. Tough catch, but you still got to make that play. DK ineffective in the receiving. Aomana ineffective, had a case of the drops. Restrepo caught a pass. Got a prayers for Restrepo, got hurt. Looks like he got carted off. So probably out for the season at this stage for Restrepo. Unfortunate, because he is now starting to get his shot. Gunnar Helm with 6 catches for 23 yards. Tajay with 6 catches for 25 yards. And Chig, 4 catches for 29 yards. I mean, it's pretty much just saying that, like, dump it. Just really shut us out of what we wanted to do. Cam Ward, 24-38, 141 yards, no touchdowns, no pick, sacked 3 times. But like I said, Josh Hines Allen was in the backfield the entire game.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Who is a buster now? You had to put a name behind it. Should have kept Will. I mean, Will went under shoulder surgery. Have you seen Will Levis's shoulder? Will Levis would not have played this season. So we will have Brandon Allen at quarterback 1 with Tim Boyle as the backup. Cam Ward is not a bust. Have you seen the Tennessee Titans play? They said like what the Panthers did today, help some teams out. They said you seen Cam play in real life? Or we're here in Bizarro World. Here in Bizarro World. Here in Bizarro World. I guess I seen him inside Vecna's mind. So you think Cam Ward is a bust? Did you look at the rest of the Tennessee Titans or just Cam Ward? I'd like to know. Any more questions about the game today? Kenny O, what up? Said the team is okay in spot, GMs, moves, and coaches suck, but Cam. I mean, like, if you watch the Titans today, you watch them run the ball as effective as they have the entire season, the first drive. And then they kicked the field goal on 4th and 3 when everybody knew they should have went for it. The next possession, they fumbled on the kickoff, and the Jags were up 15-3 after getting another penalty because it was third and 20, and they got a penalty. Then the Jaguars got the ball across the 40, scored, got another penalty, went for 2, is 15-3, and then they got another penalty and it's 1st and 20. I mean, I don't know, like if we need to put like football context, Love and Life for sure. I mean, like if you watch the Tennessee Titans play, you would say this team has played 12 weeks. They have not outgained their opponent rushing in 12 weeks. This team leads the league in penalties. The offensive line leads the league in penalties. And talent for talent, top to bottom, you say 32 out of 32 in the NFL in talent with the worst coach. I would say like Mike McCoy is probably like coach 40 out of 32 teams. So I respect everybody's opinion, but I disagree with anybody who thinks Cam Ward is a bust. If you watch the Tennessee Titans play, you would see 2 active cornerbacks. You would see a team try to run 3 safeties today. You see busted coverages that gave up points. You see a team that can't run the football. You see a team that can't block. You see a team that gets penalties. Like, I've never seen a team have a team 3rd down and 25 and get a penalty after the half is over to put points back on the board. Like, Arden Key throwing a punch today had to be some of the worst coach things I've ever seen in my life. He said raise the fist. I mean, you a Jags fan, bro. You watched us play today. You had to be thinking like, is this the worst coach NFL football team I've ever seen? Now, like, if Cam Ward would have played like Max Brosmer today, I'd be like, all right, I get it. I mean, Steven Tyler, I think you could pick a quarterback in the NFL and put him on this team with this coach. I don't think you win games.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
I just don't. Like, they don't even give themselves an opportunity to win games. Is that everybody gonna want out of Nashville? There's nobody there. That's the whole point. Like, who is in Nashville now? They signed Kair Elam. He didn't get to practice enough with the team to play corner today, so they put him on special teams. So then you had your rookie nickel corner playing outside with Darrell Baker, and you put 3 safeties on the field, and Liam Cohen basically just ran schemes to where Brian Thomas Jr. or Jacoby Myers would be matched up on a safety or a linebacker the whole game. Like, it was just bad coaching. Like, the Tennessee Titans are not tough to watch from the standpoint of, like, they get beat. It's just that, like, when you watch them, you're like, what are they attempting to do? Like, what is the scheme here offensively? Like, what are you trying to do? It says like they're allergic to winning. He said non-Titan fans name me. I've been around 2 win seasons, the worst, but rookie class is alright. We may have too many holes. The good thing about it is Bergonzi is going to have a lot of cap space, and he's going to be able to trade out of the first pick, and you're going to have 3 extra draft picks on top of that. Now, if you decide to move Will Levis, the quarterback landscape right now, you look at some teams that are like, I mean, the Vikings quarterback situation, the Cardinals quarterback situation, the Jets, like, you look around the league, it's some teams that's going to be wanting that number 1 pick. I mean, Bob, the Bears is the perfect example. The Patriots are the perfect example of what the Titans can be next year if Bergonzi is allowed to do his job in the offseason. He said, why did they abandon the run game? Well, they was running good on the first drive. Then the second drive, they didn't get because they fumbled the kickoff. So when they fumbled the kickoff, you went from up 3-0 to down 7-3 to down 15-3. And Mike McCoy and Bo Hardegree, because they're not good coaches, abandoned the run. And then you put Cam Ward back with penalties to start the drive, and now it's 1st down and 20. Josh Hines Allen pins his ears back. You have to check it down a couple times, and you 3 and out. By the time you get the ball back, the game is pretty much over. Like, like the Tennessee Titans have played the whole season like this, where, like, bro, it's 15-3. It's first half, still continue to run the football. But instead of doing the run scheme that they was running that was effective, like quick hitters, they ran that orbit motion reverse run shit, and Tajay Spears got destroyed in the backfield. I don't know if you was watching that game, but he got hit so hard. I felt bad for him. Like, Tennessee Titans it don't matter who they get in the draft. It don't matter who they get in the offseason. They got to hire a coach. It said Titans future looking bright, trust the process. Well, it just depends on who they hire at coach, because like the offensive line, the way they block, the way they get penalties is, to me, like most of the things that you see wrong with the Titans is just coaching. Like Cam Ward drops back on 3rd down and 2 receivers run into each other. But this go back to preseason when Kurt Warner was like, I watched the Titans all 22 tape. They route spacing is bad. It's been spacing bad with Callahan, and Bo Hardegree hasn't changed it. Mike McCoy can't change it because he's not a good enough coach. But when you see like the 3 levels plays or the double slants where the 2 receivers are running into, like, never in an NFL game should you run double slants and both your receivers run into each other on 3rd down. So like most of the things that you see from Cam Ward is, when you go back and see it on tape, you thinking like it's blown assignments. It's penalties. JC Latham got thrown into Cam Ward on one of his bad throws because he didn't anchor well. He hasn't anchored well since he came back off that injury. Like you seen Oh, the run play right where JC fell down, and I think it was Pollard got blown up and made it 3rd and long. Like they live in 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12, and teams just run stunts. This season's so over. But that's how they play. When they cross the 50, they start running trick plays, and like they don't allow Cam Ward to get in the rhythm to play football. Like when you look at the Bears, what did the Bears do to the Eagles? People said Caleb Williams was a bust until Ben Johnson gets there and they ran for 300 yards on the Eagles. They allow Caleb Williams to be Caleb Williams. What does the Patriots do with Drake May? The Patriots don't allow anybody to run for more than 50 yards, and they run the football. Like Cam Ward is throwing the ball like 40 times a game as a rookie. It doesn't make sense. Like having him drop back that many times with an offensive line that can't protect is just goofy. And that's like that's the answer to your question is, if Cam Ward is throwing the ball 50 times a game as a rookie behind that line with those receivers, like that's a problem. Like what they need to do is be able to establish the run. And I thought they was going to start this game with that. And even when they went down 15-3, you still had to come out and establish the run. In the second half, they was pinning their ears back and still blitzing because the Titans would not run the football. Like what the run does, it stops teams from stunting. It stops defensive ends from just bull rushing the outside on speed rushes. You know, guys that are setting up tackles that are having a hard time anchoring with a jab step outside and coming back inside like they do on JC Latham every week. You don't do that if you're fearful that a running back might pop one. It's like I get it from a person like on the outside looking in, could say like, oh, Cam Ward's a bust. But if you actually like watching football and you watch the Titans, you say like, how can I evaluate what they do when they lead the league in penalties and drops? Like you drop 2 4th down passes and you fumbled twice. You have 4 turnovers like unforced. It's just things that shouldn't happen, but they're not a well-coached football team, and they just beat themselves every week. They don't even give themselves an opportunity. When you see the Tennessee Titans like close against the Texans or close against the Seahawks or in the game with the Cardinals or whoever they playing, those are games where the Tennessee Titans just don't come out and just completely like take themselves off the map. Because realistically, like since the bye week, Cam has not been turning the ball over. He's not been making decisions that make you question what is he doing. You just look and say, this team overall does not play complementary football. They don't. He said if the line is struggling, why wouldn't you help him out? See, the problem is they'll get a penalty and it'll be 1st down and 20. And then they'll run like a play that's very obvious and it'll be 2nd and 20 and they'll just get away from it and abandon it. But like Mike McCoy doesn't have enough, whatever it is that you need as a coach. Mike McCoy is not the type of coach that's going to go grab people by the face mask and demand that they run the football. Like that's why we need a leader as a next head coach. You're gonna be the one team that, yeah, I mean, but see, when y'all played us, y'all put us in that position, but you even still got to think like L'Jarius Sneed was on the field. Calvin Ridley was on the field. Like that was like pre-trades. Draymond Jones was still there. Like just think about how many players that was around when we played y'all and won that game to who's not there. I mean, if Khair Elam could not go today, it was Darrell Baker and Marcus Harris, who they moved inside the nickel slot, moved outside. So you took an inside corner and moved him outside, and you only got 2 corners up active because Kamon Hall, Khair Elam, and Michael Robinson did not play at corner Sunday because Xavier Woods was healthy, so they opted to go 3 safeties. You know what I'm saying? Like when you just look at what you got on the field, how many times did the Jaguars get like 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 20 from penalties or complete busted coverage? The Brenton Strange touchdown was busted coverage. The long pass to Brian Thomas Jr. was busted coverage. Like it was a double cover route, but he just ran the wrong way. But part of that is the cornerback who's communicating with you just got signed to the team or is playing out of position. He don't even know what he need to be calling out to you in the coverage. So it's like that's the tough part of like, I watch every single snap of the Titans play every week and I watch it back, and that's what I see. I just see like a bunch of miscommunication and bad coaching and people playing out of position in positions that, you know what I'm saying? Like Mike Brown has been on practice squad injured on IR for like a month. He comes back on top of everything that I just mentioned. The Titans had the Jaguars backed up and got 2 roughing the punter calls. You have the best return man in the NFL who almost ran a punt back. He got leg whipped by the punter. And you're coming after punts. And to be honest, it should have been 3 because Jahad Ward ran into him one time and Mike Brown ran into him twice. So you basically had 3 roughing the punter penalties and you had a penalty on an extra point. You have 4 times on special teams where you're changing points. Like, why are you not setting up a return? Why you get 3 punter fouls? Why do you get a penalty that put points on the board on an extra point? Like, some of the stuff is just inexplicable from coaching. He said everybody was new. It's been like that all season though. I mean, if you just watch and look and see what they're trying to do, because Restrepo, this was his 2nd game. He got hurt and got carted off the field. A.L. Monter came back. He's been gone for about a month. You put him out there with DK and they run into each other on 3rd down because he hasn't been getting live reps. You get bad spacing from your receivers, but like, who and what are you going to put in the game? You see what I'm saying? So it's like you passing on obvious downs on 3rd and long. You running into the punt. Like, I've never seen a team run into a punter 3 times. Loud say stay strong. Bro, like, it don't bother me that the Tennessee Titans is not winning. It bothers me that they're being coached the way they're being coached. And you as a coach know, Lyle, like if you see a team play, when you see a team get into 3 fights, run into the punter 3 times, run into the kicker, like who gets running into the kicker 4 times in one game? Like, that's coaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just tough, man. Like watching the things they do. Like the things that they do, like do they have that as where is the Titans penalties on the box score? Do they have penalties on box score? I need to see the Titans penalties in the box score from today. I need the recap on penalties. I don't know if they even show that, if that's a stat. I mean, hey, look, this is what AI do. I mean, like the play before halftime that they were so far out of field goal range, it was going to be a 61-yard field goal into the wind. Liam Cohen calls a timeout and sets up a Hail Mary. And then they chase Trevor Lawrence out of the pocket. He runs out of bounds and throws the ball out of bounds at halftime. The ball flies out of bounds. And Arden Key runs over and is talking trash in the bench and throws a punch. They throw 2 flags and they move it from a 61-yard field goal up to a 40-yard field goal. And instead of being 15-3, it's 18-3. Just things like that is just, you can't explain like that. Just think about the points that the Titans gave up. Like, okay, the touchdown drive was cool, but it was even sparked by like 3rd down, you off the field and you getting penalties, right? So like, their first touchdown came because of penalties. Their second touchdown came because you fumbled on the kickoff, right? Like these are self-inflicted wounds. Then you get a penalty and they get a 2-point conversion instead of a 1. And then you're down 15-3 and you could go into half like that and regroup, and you get a penalty with no time on the clock and they get to re-kick. They get to walk up and kick an easy field goal. And now you're down 18-3 and you say, man, I just gave them 11 points. Like I didn't make them work for it. And like, that's the type of things that the Tennessee Titans have been doing to themselves this season. It's that they only count the ones that got accepted. I mean, there was so many times in this game where they didn't even need the penalty. You know what I'm saying? Like the Titans had so many penalties, they got to pick and choose between what penalties they wanted. All right, look, this is how good AI is. AI go fix this in 1 second. Tennessee Titans had 10 penalties accepted for 86 yards. They have 15 penalties. Tennessee Titans have 15 penalties today. And that's just the ones that was accepted because they turned some of them down. It said that, I mean, DK shouldn't have got tackled by the punter on that one. He should have scored. But if the Tennessee Titans have to result to the only touchdowns that they get is from kick returns, then they don't deserve to score, bro. Like the offense need to score. The offensive play calling and coaching needs to reflect a team that's 1-10. When you 1-10 and you at home and you tell the media it's 4th and 3, we decided to kick. If it was 4th and 2, I was gonna go for it. What kind of like no marbles having shit is that? Juan was popping. But that's why I say, like, not to be on no funny shit, but when somebody say like Cam Ward is a bust, and I just like, if you watch Tennessee Titans, you're just saying like what they're doing to him could turn him into a bust, but I don't think he's a bust. Because what I see around him is an ineffective run game and offensive line. I don't see any weapons at the skill positions. I don't see a coaching staff that has any clue of what they're doing. Like, when your head coach gets removed of play calling duties because they feel like it's a lack of institutional control for him to be able to call plays and run the team, that's just bad. When you fire him and his dad, but you don't have a replacement for run game coordination, and you lose the battle running with a rookie quarterback every single game there's not been one game this season where they've ran the ball for more yards than their opponent. They've led the league in penalties. The offensive line leads the league in penalties at offensive line. Consistently, they're in 3rd and long. I mean, it's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for disaster. And on defense, Denard Wilson does about as good a job as you can do.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Because maybe next week, Kair Elam will be able to play, and you can move Marcus Harris back to the nickel slot and put Bake back at corner. Which still, just think about the names I'm telling you is playing in the secondary. Kevin Winston Jr. get on tape and figure it out. He got his first sack today, but he also gave up a couple busted coverages. The defensive front, I felt played good today. They pressured Trevor Lawrence, but they got penalties. You know, illegal hands to the face, late hits, did extended drives. And like I said, you can't fumble a kickoff and then get 4 running into the kicker calls in one game. It just don't even allow you the opportunity to play even football. This has been a stressful season, to say the least, though. Y'all got any more questions? Shoot. So amongst the Tennessee Titans getting talent, I think it's going to be more important to who they hire at coach. I think if Mike McGonzi gets his shot at hiring the coach that he wants, he'll be attached and tied to them, and we'll get to see what the Tennessee Titans actually have. Because with Arden Key's play the last month since he been back off of injury, I was like starting to come to the thought of like, man, maybe they keep Arden Key as a veteran rotational guy. They sign him to a team deal or something, and then he throws a punch today and costs his team. You just thinking like, I know the frustration is there, but you just can't be a vet on the team, building a new culture and doing like just consistently they make mistakes. Consistently they make mistakes. I hate that they rely on special team players to put on the roster, but they really don't have a choice. Trade deadline comes up. They're not in the market to be buying players, so to speak. Technically, they're in the market of selling, and I don't know how many times I can say this when it comes to the defensive backs. You don't expect your number one corner to get indicted for a drive-by shooting allegedly, or your number two corner to be sent to the Ravens to start, or your number three to be traded to the Jets, or your number four to be on the Rams. Like, the Titans don't really have a choice but to put practice squad guys at defensive back. And when you do that, the overall roster comes down, and you have Mike Brown, who's been on IR for a month, comes back trying to make plays on special teams because he's trying to keep a role on the team. And the guy goes out and gets two running into the punter plays on back-to-back possessions. When you got the best return man in the league, it just doesn't make, it's just, all of it is just like coaching on the sidelines. When he does it once, you need to see the coaches in his face saying, hey, listen, bro, we got Tim DK back here. I don't want you trying to block a punt. I want you to run, occupy that man to block you, and go into blocking mode to set up this return. But when you got people playing out of position, the people that's out there that shouldn't be out there in the first place, you have things like that happen. Because like, where's the awareness as a team to say, we got the best return man in the NFL. He almost ran one back today. Set up the return. Why are y'all trying to block the punt anyways? If y'all was backed up on the goal line, I could see somebody coming after the punt, but just like in positions where you can flip the field and get a good return, it just doesn't logically make sense. And it only makes sense if there's nobody on the sideline talking to them, holding them accountable, or saying, hey, we had a running into the kicker. Hey, we had a running into the punter. Hey, we had a running into the punter. Hey, we had a running into the punter. Like, where's the conversations on the sideline saying, hey guys, like, maybe we should stop trying to block the punt. Maybe we should be setting the return up. You know, it's like when you just see things like that happen and then he actually does get the kickoff and fumbles it. It's just like, it's just tragic, bro. But it's like they can't get talent until next season, this off season. So then if you do add talent, if these set of people was coaching that said talent, bro, you could go give me a play. Give me the Denver Broncos and let Mike McCoy and Bo Hardegree call plays. Like, the whole team is going to regress. Like, I'm willing to stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you took a playoff team right now and let Mike McCoy and Bo Hardegree coach them, I guarantee that team would look like the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. Because the talent they do have, they don't use it well. Like, it's real simple to think, like, what were the Titans doing last week that was effective? 2 tight end sets, right? Today they wasn't running a lot of 2 tight end sets. They went back to the stack and running that empty set. I don't get it. You know, it's like when you take a team that's more talented than you and you telegraph what you're going to do by running empty set with no threat to run the football from after the first quarter on, like, what do you got, bro? Because, like, one thing I'll say is we expected a bad season like this. I just wanted them to play like a professional football team. Now, when I see the Commanders at 3-8, and I see the Pittsburgh Steelers could potentially miss the playoffs, and I watch the Colts go on a tailspin, you know, when you look around the league and see teams that should be winning that are not. I mean, look at the Vikings today. I mean, Max Brosmer comes in. This is a team that has Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, and JJ McCarthy all on the same team. And now they got Max Brosmer in after Carson Wentz goes down. And I don't think if you didn't see it today, Max Brosmer had a Will Levis-esque play. So he was 19 to 30, 126 yards and 4 interceptions. And poor Jay Jettis, Justin Jefferson, 2 catches for 4 yards. It's an honorable old gun. Is that a Jaguar? Man, GG's. Y'all did y'all thing today. Y'all took what we gave y'all and ran with it. Justin Jefferson having 2 catches for 4 yards, like he needs to get out of Minnesota if they don't figure it out. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Jay Jettis is asking to get out. He said just want to get out of that good game. Yeah, I mean, I expected y'all to come in and beat us. I didn't think the Titans would lay down that bad with the penalties and the turnovers and just the horrible effort that they showed today. But, you know, Jaguars did what you're supposed to do. When you play a bad team, put belt on them and get it out the way. Because, you know, Restrepo is out there playing late in the game and gets injured and done for the season. It's tough. I like Malik Willis. I think he's worth being around. Get really out of the wide receiver room. Offensive minded coach. Just being funny, he said Malik Willis. No, Kim Ward is worth building around. Calvin really has been done. He's out for the season. I don't necessarily think you have to have an offensive minded coach. I just think you need a guy that will lead a team. I think the Tennessee Titans should go into this offseason and say, we're going to interview every type of coach. Defensive, offensive, overall leader, a veteran coach, a young guy. Like, they need to interview everybody and hear everybody's plan for what they would do with the Tennessee Titans. Because if you interview 10 coaches, right? Let's say like Mike McCarthy, Nagy, Robert Saleh, Flores, Kubiak, all the names that you hear, and they all give you different approaches to how they would build your team. You get to sit and listen and take in their information to say, okay, these 3 coaches said that they would do this. These coaches say they would go in the draft and do this. These coaches say that they would bring in this offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they have to do, and make a big board of what's the best way to push this team forward. And you see the Patriots and the Bears got it right last year. They were teams that was in the same position that we was in last year, and they got their coaching hire right, and they made good decisions in the offseason, in the draft, and in free agency. And the thing about the Titans is they will have more capital in free agency and in the draft than the teams that we're talking about. So it just matters, like, do you get your Ben Johnson? Do you get your Mike Vrabel? I know that's an oxymoron because Mike Vrabel was the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, but do you get your guy that is going to turn around your team? The Texans was in the same spot. The Texans was 2-15, and they got DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco Ryans is their guy for their franchise. The Broncos, when they paid the Steelers to play Russell Wilson and they got Sean Payton, and he went and got his quarterback, and they struggled a year, and then boom. He said the logic is not making sense to me. How do you play competitive game with the Seahawks and look at total trash the next? It's easy. The Tennessee Titans are not coached well enough, nor did they have enough talent to overcome mistakes, right? So we were all looking for them to say, the way they finished the Seahawks game, let's come into this game this week versus the Jags and see if they can stack on there, right, Dre? The first drive is a great indication of Cam Ward made good decisions. They ran the football well. They was moving it around, and they get down and they say, do you go for it on 4th and 3 or do you kick? And he kicks. After the game, Cam Ward says, I was pushing for him to go for it. I think we should go for it. What do we got to lose? So you kick the field goal. Your defense is amped up to try to get stops, but you got guys out there playing out of position because you're playing 3 safeties and 2 corners because you don't have enough corners. You brought up Kamon Hall and Kerry Lam Wednesday. You can't sign guys on Wednesday or Thursday onto the team and think they're going to be effective on Sunday, right? So you got guys playing out of position. Guys are trying to make a play. It's a rivalry game. It's a home game. And they too amped up and they make penalties and turn the ball over and you go down 7-3. Okay, well, nobody's tripping, right? We got Mr. Home Run, Chimdike back there, and he fumbles the kickoff and the whole air is let out of the team in the building. It's that type of thing that they don't have enough leadership in the coaching and they don't have good enough talent to overcome things like that, to where you had a great drive to start the game. You wanted to go for it, but you took 3. You got penalties and had self-inflicted wounds, and now this team is up on you 15-3. Like, that's why they play competitive against the Seahawks second half and why they look so bad to the Jags. Because once you get into the flow of the game, the Jaguars are a better football team than the Tennessee Titans are right now. So you can't spot a team that's already better than you, a 15-3 lead. And then even when you draw it even and say, let's regroup, one of your veteran players, one of the faces of your defense, punches somebody on the sideline when the half is over and you give them 3. So that's 18-3. And then you come out the half and they don't have the leadership or the talent, because at halftime now the Jaguars say, we can play free. We're just going to blitz the hell out of Cam Ward because we don't think any of his receivers can beat us. And they weren't able to. You look at a lot of times, like, you go back and watch the highlights on all 22, like, guys just not open. It's tough, man. You know what I'm saying? It's tough, Dre Day, like, to see, like, because I wasn't expecting them to beat the Jags. I just wanted them to put something out there so I can see Cam Ward play meaningful football and grow his confidence as a player. Because when I watched them play Sunday, this game is not like Cam Ward was throwing picks and just fumbling the ball and they lost. It was everything around him imploding. It was dumb penalties from special teams or the defense. It was Tony Pollard fumbling. It was Tony Pollard dropping a catch wide open in the red zone. It was A.O. Monter dropping a wide open catch on 4th down. It was, it's like when you have those situations over and over, people will go back and say, man, Cam missed A.O. Monter on the corner route right here, and he missed Chig right here on this one. You got a rookie throwing the ball 42 times and he throws 2 bad balls out of 42, but you have 6 or 7 drops, or your right tackle that's a first round pick gets thrown into his lap 2 or 3 times or just completely whiffs on blocks. Like, I just never seen a team that has a rookie quarterback that can't get anything out of the run game to give him some balance on offense. He said Traylon Burks is Mawson in 2025. Duh. Tennessee Titan legend. He said, I don't want to see Cam Ward fail. You like him? Surprised he didn't get a concussion. He said, but the Seahawks are better than the Jaguars. They're about even. I mean, like, if we just went player for player, Seahawks and Jaguars, they're about even. I think that that both of them are way more talented and way better coached than the Tennessee Titans, though. I think that's the point. Like, think about who the Titans have played. The Broncos defense, the Rams defense, the Texans defense twice, the Colts defense twice, the Jaguars defense, and the Seahawks defense. And Cam Ward has like incrementally got better week to week. And this week I was only frustrated because I didn't get to see him get to play enough meaningful football to see if he's improving. Because like, as bad as their coach and as bad as the scheme is and as bad as they play, you really don't even get an opportunity to really see, except for in flashes, what Cam Ward can actually do. He said Burks just made catch of the year. We down bad. Hey, Corey, man.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Richie, Bob. But I mean, Traylon Burks is talented. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Traylon Burks ain't talented. He just can't stay healthy. He just can't stay healthy. But shoot away, Pandaism. What up? Appreciate the follow. So the media is on his neck. Oh my goodness. Traylon Burks team of the week card. Traylon Burks team of the week card. Now, let's go back.
Let me teach you
When I
how to
said,
vibe.
why would the Tennessee Titans waive Traylon Burks when they could have just left him on the practice squad and he would be a viable option right now with what they're putting on the field? And people is like, man, I'm like, but now the Commanders are getting good use out of him, and we've paid him $14 million. Josh, what up? You see what I'm saying? Like, we've paid him the $14 million. They could have just let him ride out his rookie year. I mean, the rest of his rookie contract. Yo, appreciate that sub, Honorable. It's just tough though, bro. Like, because this is what you see. And it just lets you know that it goes back to like coaching and culture. But I mean, Jeff Simmons said it today in the presser that Tennessee Titans need a coach that can come in and hold people accountable, and a coach that can come in and change the culture, because he's like, the culture is bad. I mean, the Titans would try to fight the Jaguars like 4 or 5 times in the game. Like, that's coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, for whatever anybody want to say, that's coaching. See, I said the same thing. But it's like, but Corey, like, people always come after me for my takes, but I said the same thing with Cheetah Bay Awuzie. We paid Cheeto $7.5 million to cut. Like, we ate that cap to waive him. And now he's on the Ravens for like $2 million because he's already got his guaranteed money from the Titans. Like, bro, it's things like that. Like Cheeto, Traylon Burks, like, we've already paid these guys. But that's the type of things they do. Eating money. And see, they ready to do it in this offseason because L'Jarius Sneed, you gotta eat that one, because I mean, that's just bad PR. Unless it comes out that this legal situation he got is a complete hoax. Like, him being involved with a drive-by shooting allegedly is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, with Calvin Ridley, they probably gonna have to eat it just because, like, you're gonna incur an extra $16 million in cap to keep Rid next year, and I'm just not so sure that's something that they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I know one thing. A lot of people may disagree, but when they got rid of Callahan early, if they was gonna let Mike McCoy do this, they should have just let Callahan finish the season. And it's not like that. Look, that might be my take of the day. As bad as things was and dark under Callahan, if Mike McCoy was going to continue the season the way he's coaching, the way the culture of the Tennessee Titans is right now, they should have just let Callahan coach the whole rest of the year. Because if you weren't going to jump ahead on the coaching search and set out a definitive plan of what you're going to have, I can't say that what they're doing right now is any better than what Callahan was doing. They've went through 12 games without winning the rushing battle in 12 games. The Titans came home and played 4 consecutive home games and was not able to outgain their opponent in any game. 39 yards versus the Patriots, 70 yards against the Chargers, 25 yards against the Texans, 27 yards against the Seahawks, 67 yards today against the Jags, and 50 of that came in the first drive. Tajay Spears, 2 carries for -1 yards. Like, bruh. Y'all seen the Traylon Burks catch? He been like, he just can't stay healthy, Bob. He said he agrees it was terrible watching that Madden in the stadium today. Man, I felt so bad, like, for people who went to the game, for people who watched the game. Like, it was just sad. And not only was it sad, it's like Restrepo get out for the season, gets taken out on the golf cart with 2 minutes to go in the game. Like, I wanted to cry, bro. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, Restrepo finally got in, had made a 15-yard catch, and then he goes out for the season, gets taken out on the golf cart with 2 minutes to play. And then, like, the very next play after Restrepo gets taken out on the cart, Tony Pollard gets hit in the flat from Cam Ward and fumbles the ball. It's just like, bro, you cannot make this up. And the game is over. Like, Tony Pollard fumbles on the sideline. Like I can't wait for, it's so many players and coaches on the Titans. I can't wait for them to be gone. Tony Pollard's at the top of my list. You know what I'm saying? He's at the top of my list, bro. I mean, he's fumbled a lot this year. He dropped that wide open pass on 4th down. I know it was a tough pass, but for all the people that want to criticize Cam Ward and say he's this or that or he's inaccurate, he's a bust, da 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 da. Josh Hines Allen had a hold in him and he threw the ball. Tony Pollard gets paid $8.5 million to pay running back. You got to make a play. You got to make a play. Oh my goodness, TJ. The Steelers, don't get me started on the Steelers.
Let me teach you how to
Juan
vibe.
Carlos, what up? Like, it's some teams. See, like, as bad as the Titans is, we expected them to be bad, but not this bad. But when I see the Vikings and I see what the Steelers is doing, I say, like, the Colts is just, like, flipped upside down. The Jaguars is back tied with them. Like, it's a chance that the Texans could put it together late and it be the Jaguars and the Texans in the South, and, like, the Colts be, like, drop down and be in a real tailspin towards the end of the season. You look at, like, how the Commanders are looking now, you know, from NFC Championship to they're not making the playoffs. You know, it's a lot of teams that are supposedly on a trajectory up that are going the wrong direction. And you know, Steelers with their roster, as much as they spent in the offseason, could potentially miss the playoffs. Like, I don't feel bad about where we're headed. I just can't wait to get Mike McCoy and some of these players out of Nashville and get a fresh start. Chronic fan, what up? Y'all at the top of the NFC North Division. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing that give me hope is, like, Cam Ward, what he said today in the post game of, you know, the bruises and the beating he's taken this season has made him really be thankful in times where he questioned everything. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that's what I like about Cam Ward, and the reason why I don't think he is going to be a bust is mentally he's as tough a person that I've seen play at the QB position for the Tennessee Titans. I think it's his mental makeup and I think with Jeffrey Simmons, I don't know if y'all seen, but Jeff Simmons said they said that 31 out of 32 NFL teams called about Jeff Simmons at the trade deadline, and he just told them that he didn't want to be he wanted to be part of the rebuild, part of what turned it around. And y'all want to know something about that Max Brosmer interception? It's like people immediately text me and say, did you see the Will Levis play from the Vikings quarterback Max Brosmer? And I said, yeah, intercepted by Titan legend Ernest Jones going back the other way. Like, but everything revolves around the Tennessee Titans. That's a testament to Cam. Jeff knows. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only thing keeping the fan base from coming off the rails. You know, it's so many people that would like for Cam Ward to be a bust, but I just don't think so. And I could be wrong. Like, they could have ruined him this year. They could have ruined him. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I still think it's the right play, and I stand on it, and I'll eat my crow if I'm wrong, but everybody wanted to take the generational Lawrence Taylor talent, Abdul Carter. The Titans would be with Brandon Allen and Tim Boyle at quarterback, and Will Levis would have been under surgery, and like, I don't think anything's any different. It's probably even worse because there'd been no hope for what we would have been doing. But this year I got hope that Mike Bergonzi will hire the right coach. That's where it starts and ends at, though. Like, I don't care if they trade the first overall pick and get the trade back from the AI on the mock draft simulator and get 4 first-round picks from the Jets. I don't care if they get 4 first-round picks from the Jets. If they don't hire the right coach, it won't matter. Because I think, like, the Bears and the Patriots turnaround is a testament to they coaches, Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's more the testament, is that it's the coaches that demand accountability and coaching with a physical style of stopping the run and running the football. Like, that's more of what it is watching the Bears run for 300 yards on the Eagles and stop the tush push and force a fumble on the tush push. That's attitude and coaching. That, like, you know, the players do something, but that's coaching to put the belief in the standard of a team and the attitude. Because these same teams that couldn't block for Caleb Williams, or the same teams that couldn't run the ball or block for Drake May, with a few small changes, now look like at the top of their division. And you can't change that many players in one offseason that a team go from picking right next to us in the top 5 to being a team that's at the top of the conference. Like, that come from coaching. That don't come from 1 or 2 players. Coaching really matters. But he's gonna be legit. Calm through the storm. He made rookie mistakes, but he didn't put ball in danger's there for the most part. He just smart. He's a solid line and the head coach. And, like, I know a lot of people may disagree, but I don't think you got to change that much personnel wise with the offensive line. Because today was a backup center. That was Corey Levin. That wasn't Cushenberry. Cushenberry is a $50 million center. And that was the backup center today on that opening drive where they ran the ball. I just think that's attitude and preparation to say, we're going to come out and establish the run early. And they just abandoned it. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference in coaching, is you run for 50 yards on the first drive and then you can't run but for 17 yards the rest of the game. Like your opening drive, you ran for 50 yards. In the rest of the game, you ran for 17 yards. Like that's attitude and commitment. Because you got 2 first-round picks on the offensive line, a $80 million left tackle, a $50 million center, and a $10 million right guard. At the end of the day, like that's attitude. One season after week 13, Ben Johnson has been Chicago number 1 seed in the AFC with 100% coaching this league.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Yeah, it's buy-in. Oh my goodness, Cam. Hey, Cam. Tennessee Titan legend Marcus Mariota, Tennessee Titan legend Jeremy McNichols at running back, Tennessee Titan legend Traylon Burks with the one-handed catch to Odell Beckham in the back of the end zone. It's a tough day to be a Tennessee Titan. Tennessee Titan legend Ernest Jones intercept backs Brosmer's Will Levis-esque play and goes 90 yards. I mean, we can just look around the league and see how many Titan players still balling. But it's definitely coaching. It's definitely coaching. Because everything they did today that gave the Jaguars points is something that could be taken off the board. You know, the Jaguars don't score on their first drive if you don't get 2 penalties to extend the drive. They don't get their second touchdown if you don't fumble a kickoff. They don't get the 2-point conversion if you don't get a penalty on the try. You know, it's like everything that they stacked up, like the 3 points they got at half was no time on the clock from a punch being thrown after a play where the half ended and you pressured the quarterback and hit Trevor Lawrence. Like every situation they had was something that like was self-inflicted. Like you took points off the board by going forward and Tony Pollard drops it on 4th down, and then you throw it to Aomaner on 4th down and he drops a slant pass wide open. Like some of these things is just like you run into the punter 2 times, 3 times in a game. We draft them, they use them. That is it. I mean, have y'all ever seen a team run into the punter 3 times in one game? That was just like pathetic. That was pathetic. Javon James, what up? I've never seen a team run into the punter 3 times in a game. I think that might have been I didn't see any clip from any reporter of what I seen what Jeffrey Simmons said the reason why he got his penalty, but I didn't see Arden Keys. You know, Arden Key used to be a Jaguar, and being down and throwing that punch, like, I don't know, man. Goodness gracious. Arden been playing so good the last month coming back off of IR. Like, Arden was out for a month and then he came back and got a sack in every single game. On Madden, he got team of the week card last week because he had 2 sacks. You know, it's like Arden Key been playing good, and to come throw a punch before half, I was just like, bro, come on, man.
Let me teach you how to
Traylon
vibe.
Burks' first touchdown since his rookie year. Oh my goodness. And what's crazy is it's on the Broncos. That was crazy. Y'all got any questions? Shoot though. Nah, what's good, my boy? Y'all got any questions? Shoot. I ain't even think about that thing about Arden Key was a former Jacksonville Jaguar. They probably was on his neck too. Well, Arden keep getting paid good money though. I think Arden signed a 3-year, $22 million deal. They shouldn't be mad at that check. He shouldn't be mad at that check. Oh, this is tough. But one thing about Shotbybuddha is, regardless win, lose, or maybe, I am going to pop out after games and give y'all my honest thoughts. My honest thoughts today is poor coaching, poor effort, lack of focus. And that goes to question, like, today is one of those games where you look at the coaching staff and say, like, did y'all lose the locker room this week? Low balls, what up? I mean, this hoodie so old. This a Reebok. That's how you know it's old. Look, you know it's some old Tennessee Titan stuff when they got Reebok on it. Like, that's like Vince Young era with Reebok. I done had this thing for a long time. And sometimes I'll be looking for like some vintage Tennessee Titan stuff. Like, a lot of the new stuff is kind of plain, like the jersey styles and stuff, like it's kind of trash. I think they're gonna come up with some new stuff for the when the new stadium drops. So like, I'll probably grab another jersey or something then. Like right now, like all they jerseys and stuff is just kind of man. But y'all got any questions, man? Shoot. Who is your top want as the Titans' next head coach as of right now?
Let me teach you how to vibe.
To be honest, I wish I could be a fly on the wall of Mike Bergonzi, Chad Brinker meeting right now. Because here's the thing. You had a chance to get McDonald, the Seahawks coach. You had a chance to get a couple other guys. And you got Callahan, which, to be honest, if we going back and being fair about this, the offense has looked worse since Callahan left, and I didn't like Callahan's offense. But I will say the problem wasn't just hiring Callahan. It's everybody that was with him was a first-time coach. So you can't be scared to get the hot offensive coordinator again, because the last time you was in this position, we took Vrabel, and Vrabel had Dean Pease and Matt LaFleur as his OC and DC. He lost Matt LaFleur real quick, and then he got Arthur Smith. So as much as the head coach matters, like, if Mike McCarthy was to be the next coach, who is going to be his OC and DC? If Robert Saleh is your next head coach, who is his OC and DC? If Brian Flores is your next coach, who is your OC and DC? Like, whoever you decide to bring in, whether I think Nagy will get an interview because his connections with the GMs, but Kubiak, all these names that you go down, what kind of staff are they going to assemble around him? So it's like, for me, what I want in the head coach is A lot of people just think quarterback. I think you need somebody that's the whole 53, right? Because my measuring sticks is the Patriots and the Bears. The Bears took an offensive coach, but what you see from the Bears is more physicality. So like, that's not necessarily just offense and defense. You know, when you hear Kevin Byard say that was the most physical training camp I've been in a long time, if ever, like, it is an offensive minded coach, but he came in to preach physicality. So like, the people, the staff he brought in was like, let's be physical, right? When you think about Mike Vrabel going to get McDaniel, is, you know, Vrabel is teaching standard and physicality and letting that man run the offense while he worry about the whole 53, because the Patriots don't give up more than 50 yards rushing to any running back, and they run the football. Bears playing physical up front, and they running the football. So it's like, when Dan Campbell flipped the Lions, you got Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. Like, teams have to, like, whoever this head coach is, as much as being like an offensive guy or a defensive guy, I think the person with the best plan of how they want to assemble the staff is the person that you go with. Stoops, what up? So far as my want for a head coach is, whether it's McCarthy or Nagy or Flores or Saleh or Kubiak, whoever it is that they looking at, what do they tell you they're going to bring in? Because I want to know, when Brian Callahan pitched Terran Carthon and Amy and Chad
Let me teach you
Brinker,
how to vibe.
I'm going to get a first-time OC, a first-time DC, a first-time special teams guy, and my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, who signed off on that to say, like, we're going to let a bunch of first-timers come in? Like, that was the mistake. Because when you look at Dan Quinn having Cliff Kingsbury as his OC, you can see the dynamic of how they, you know, they're two completely different. Like, Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury is two totally different people. You know what I'm saying? Mike McDonald taking Kubiak in to be his OC, or Harbaugh coming in with the Harbaugh way, but having mentored, like, all these guys that you hear as hot names, like, people just assemble really good staffs together. He said, as soon as I see the burst catch, I thought about the Titans' need for receiver. I mean, we've already paid him. He's over there playing for free. Arthur Smith has the Steelers offense looking so basic and bad. Arthur Smith can put a solid offense together, but he doesn't adjust well at halftime. He's not a really good adjustment mind. Like, think about the Titans. Titans was up 17-7 in the AFC Championship versus the Chiefs, and just didn't do nothing second half. We did that versus the Ravens a couple years in the playoffs. Like, Arthur Smith ain't gonna make good adjustments at halftime to his offense. His initial game plan is always good, but after the halftime, like, he's not giving you nothing. He said Robert Saleh would change the culture, but as much as Saleh would change the culture, I would be perfectly fine with Saleh being the next head coach. He has to come in and lay out a good game plan of who he wants to be OC and DC. The problem with Saleh is, if he hires a good OC to come with him and the Titans turning around, that OC is gone the next year. And then you put Cam Ward into, he went from Miami with Cristobal to Brian Callahan, Bill Callahan with Nick Holst and Bo Hardegree, to now Bo Hardegree, Nick Holst. When they hire Saleh, if he brings in a hot OC and it's not a long-term plan at OC, because like Vrabel got McDaniel, he's not going nowhere for several years. Like, nobody's hiring McDaniel as a head coach. So when you put him in that position, you kind of lean towards what Ben Johnson is in Chicago, because like the play caller ain't going nowhere. Like, Caleb Williams is gonna get Ben Johnson until it's over, you know. and that's the scary part of the Titans is the person got to have a really good plan laid out, because every single year in his rookie contract, you don't want Cam Ward with a different person talking to him. He's in the last 12 months, he's already had 3 different people in his ear calling plays from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think he's doing such a good job to be a QB that's had 3 different people in his ear already within the first year of his career. I mean, you got 3 different voices telling you to play a certain different way. Disappointed what they had going on today. That was horrible coaching, lack of focus, no leadership, all of the above. Here's a combo getting traction. Rams DC, Chris Shula as head coach with Mike LaFleur as his OC. I've been hearing things like that. This to get past as the worst day in Titans history, especially given that Burke scored a non-injury touchdown.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Man, we could be cursed, KT. Nice one-handed catch by Traylon Burks for sure. You keep Wilson at DC and get the coach from the Dolphins to be OC. That's the thing though, like I don't love Mike's offense like that. I don't. Miami Dolphins offense, I don't like it. Now, will he be miles ahead of what we got now? Yes. What about that dude from Denver? See, like, this is what I want the Titans to do. You see how y'all are naming combos? They need to interview all these people and let all this process through. Because you remember they was going through this process last time, and they brought Brian Callahan in the building and they fell in love with him. You know what I'm saying? Which just let me know they fell in love with his personality, and his personality is what they wanted the face of their franchise to look like. They didn't actually like listen through and through to what he wanted to bring in. Said, what about Kubiak, Seattle's OC? He's a name that's up there. Like, I think they should interview them all, and whoever puts together the best plan. Because, you know, the coaches got to come in with a plan of what they want to do, who they want to hire, you know. And, like, that has to go into effect. You got to take account of that, of who you actually want. Can't base it off of feelings of personality. It need to be all about their plan that connects with Bergonzi. And that's the big part that people are leaving out, is that's why I say they should let everybody bring their plan in, because whoever plan comes in, Mike Bergonzi is going to be tied to the success of the head coach that he picks. So it's got to be somebody that aligns with how he wants to build this team. And then you even got to think about the 2 teams that I've been using as a measuring stick. The Patriots went and got skill position players at edge and wide receiver in free agency. And in the draft, they went offensive lineman and running back. So it's like Mike Vrabel's build for the future is trenches. When the Bears came in, they're saying, well, who is the Bears going to select with their draft picks? When they took Colston Loveland, people was confused because, man, they got Cole Kmet. And then they turned around and got Luther Burden. But they just got Rome Odunze last year. And they got DJ Moore. But then it like kind of told the story of the Bears' identity is like these big, heavy tight ends running the football with Swift and Kyle Monangai, a 7th round draft pick. You know, one of those value picks late at running back. And you're like, okay, So now it starts to go to the role of like how the Lions were built. People thought the Lions were crazy when they got Jahmyr Gibbs, right? But they got David Montgomery. Why did they get It's a 2-back system. You got 2 good backs. You got 2 good tight ends. You got skilled position players on the outside that can make plays. They're going to run the ball and be physical. And then they're going to set up shot plays. And Caleb Williams is going to buy time using his legs to get him the bootleg, like the commit pass that he did on the reverse rollout last week against the Eagles. Like you start to see those type of things, like kind of similar to what Harbaugh did when he got to the Chargers. You're like, what is Harbaugh going to do? He brought J.K. Dobbins in. He brought he brought a bunch of running backs. And then he went and drafted Joe Alt and Lad McConkey. And they lined up with those heavy formations with them tackles, and then ran the hell out the ball. And Justin Herbert throws the ball probably 10 times a game less and uses his feet a little bit more. And the Chargers offense is more effective. And they thought Quentin Johnson was a bust, but he looks way better with Jim Harbaugh coaching. So that's what you want to see from whoever takes over, is somebody that has a good vision of what they want to do and how they want this team to look. Said put Cam in those situations, he'll ball out. He just need the right guy. I mean, right now he's went from Brian Callahan to Mike McCoy and Bo Hardigree and Nick Foles. Yeah, I mean, to me, the plan to unlock the full potential is look at these teams I'm naming. Justin Herbert got better, and they went and got Najee Harris and Amarion Hampton. The Bears went and drafted another running back and brought in Swift, and they're running the football. The Patriots had Ramondre Stevenson, they had Gibson, and they went and got Travion Henderson. They're running the football. Like all the good teams in the NFL, like you see the Chiefs, not this week, but the week before, ran the ball 30 times with Kareem Hunt. Like good teams will turn and run it. The Bills are a more dangerous team that they got James Cook running the football instead of letting Josh Allen drop back 50 times. You know, the Eagles struggle. I feel like they struggle because you got to think Saquon Barkley had a 2,000-yard season when they won the Super Bowl. They're not nearly effective as running the football with Saquon and Jalen Hurts. This season, teams are stopping him up front. So I think the biggest, quickest way to get Cam Ward back looking good, like the Jags today, you know, Trevor Lawrence, can he turn the corner? Well, ETN is at the top of the league in rushing, and Basil Tootin scored a touchdown today. He's a really good secondary back. Like all these teams that, you know, when the Broncos took RJ Harvey early in the draft, people was kind of looking, scratching their head, but he's a good, like, all-purpose back. Like good teams can run the football and focus up front. And I think regardless of the direction, like the Tennessee Titans have to get the identity back of being physical, being able to run the ball, stop the run, because regardless of what anybody thinks, and I'll fight this fight, I'll argue, debate anybody all day. You get a rookie quarterback, you want a strong run game and a good defense. And right now they just don't have that. And they got Denard Wilson out there playing with practice squad guys, mix and match every other week. And they can't run the football and they can't stop the run. They've been outgained in the run department all 12 games this season. He said get Jeremiah Love. But see, that's the thing though. Travion Henderson, not a first round draft pick. Kyle Monungai, not a first round draft pick. Isaiah Pacheco, not a first round draft pick. Jeremiah Love would be great, but I'd love to have him if they trade back and he's the best player available for them to take. But I remember when the Titans turned it around before, they brought in DeMarco Murray. And if you can't get a Breece Hall in free agency, even if you did get Breece Hall in free agency, I think you got to move on from Pollard, and it'll be Spears last year. I think in the late rounds, like a Raleek Brown or a Henry from UTSA. Like, get a late round back. I mean, they got one in Khalil Mullins from Michigan, but they just don't run him. He got his first snaps on offense, but he was in third down pass pro. Like, let that 6'2", 125 pound running back run the football. Look at the Dolphins. They got Ollie Gordon and Devin Akin. You have to put it together, and it don't got to be a first round guy. You could get a Nick Singleton. You could get some guys in the later rounds this year to pair. Because to me, I just think it's attitude and what you put. It's the attitude and the way in which you go about doing it. You can put any running back there if they have the right attitude. Because Chronic, the Titans have spent money on O-line. They spent resources on O-line. I just think from Brian Callahan and Bill Callahan with this new set of coaches, I think it's something missing because the whole entire offensive line has gotten worse since they've been gone. And they weren't good when they were there, but they have got worse in this second year. You think Denard, in your opinion, be a part of the next staff or nah? I think he deserves an interview. I think Bones Fossil and Denard Wilson deserve to be interviewed. But then again, I don't think they'll get an opportunity because depending on who you bringing in, like I think if you brought like Robert Saleh in the coach, Denard Wilson would have a better chance of being a DC or somebody who got some familiarity that want to focus more on offense of like the whole everybody on offense outside of probably like Luke Stocker, like tight end coaches, people like that, like they got to get right. But I'm gonna tell you, like the inability that this staff has been able to, like today, them going 3 safeties instead of just throwing K or Elam out there. You 1-10. What does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, throw this first round cornerback out there and feed him to the wolves. Either this dude knows how to pick up our cover 2 or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you got to evaluate the guys. Like, let me see if Khalil Mullins can run the football. I don't want him in. I don't care if he can pass pro on third down. I need to see if this dude can run the football. Look at our O-line after we lost our O-line coach. Our O-line went from being a strength to a liability. I think at every position is coaching. Like, I think Alec Aomana has talent. I think he's regressed as Brian Callahan and them left because the route spacing and concepts are horrible. He said Arizona, our line coach is him. I mean, think about those type of things. You know, you're not changing that many Jimmys and Joes in this situation. Like, I just think it's a small tweak here and there, and you got something different. And just think, people was down on y'all tackle out of Tennessee that y'all took in the top 10 that year in the draft. But the same way people are down on J.C. Latham, but J.C. Latham was overweight the second half of his rookie year. They moved him to right tackle. He lost weight. He hasn't been able to anchor that well, coming off of a hip injury. Right? You haven't seen J.C. Latham be able to stop the bull rush that well. He got dominated today a little bit, but some of that is his injury. Some of that is he lost a little weight to be more athletic. Some of that is he don't have the same set of coaches, and some of that is the injury of how healthy was his body when y'all brought him, how comfortable is he mid-season just trying to wing it. And you don't allow him like the first drive or the first half to just fire off the ball. Like, it's something about letting the offensive lineman just run duo and double team block and really beat up the guy in front of him before you just go into this third and 17. He's got to drop back to get depth on the edge rush, and the guy beats him inside and destroys Cam Ward as soon as he takes the snap. You see Big Jeff coming. Yeah, I seen that he said that we need a coach that can demand accountability and fix the culture here, because he said the culture's bad. Now the one where he got the penalty, when he talking about the dude stood over and told him the SMD, and that's why he got the penalty. That was I'm glad he did that, so they can stop asking him some of them questions like that about penalties. Like, bro, like, why else do you think Big Jeff would throw somebody off of him? He said, look at Dallas. All line has played this season, especially these last 3 games. Our head coach let him leave, and now they may cost him his job. Yeah, I mean, but that's attitude. Like, sometimes you don't have to change a whole bunch of players. Like, you just get somebody that lets that offensive line fire off the ball a couple times. And then you get a whole new situation. To me, I equate it to like Bama's offensive line. Like, Caden Proctor will be a first round draft pick at left tackle. Brailsford probably gonna be a second round pick. Third at the worst. Roberts is gonna be a high guard pick, drafted in the second or third round. Like, the Bama's gonna have 3 or 4 guys that's drafted really high off their offensive line, but they can't run the football. But you get in the Iron Bowl, they moved a few guys around, and then lo and behold, they running the ball for 6-7 yards a carry versus Auburn, who got Keldrick Falk and some more people that's gonna go high in the draft. So you look at stuff like that and say, dang, like, it's coaching. Sometimes it's going into the locker room and saying, we're gonna run the ball today. I'm gonna let y'all fire off the ball the whole first half. I'm not gonna have you setting anchoring for Ty Simpson to throw the ball 70 times in the first quarter. Yeah, it was funny, but I think it's attitude. I think it's attitude and the commitment to it, that if you're an offensive lineman and you play for a month and you don't run the ball more than 10-12 times a game, you ain't just got to fire off the ball and just go beat up and lay on somebody. And that's what teams do to us, is they get the lead and they still run the ball on those early downs. They still keep you honest. They still make you go tackle that running back. And that running back might not have 200 yards rushing, but them 2 or 3 runs where he bust a 15, 12, 13 yarder on first down or second down, and the chains keep moving, starts sinking them safeties and them linebackers up. The play action become more effective. Because, I mean, the Jaguars just lined it up wide and sent 4 and 5 the whole game because the Titans is in second and third and long because they wouldn't run the ball. They completely abandoned it. Bro, I could do shop talk all night. Appreciate y'all all still being tapped in on all social media platforms, because we done had pretty good numbers in shop talk all night just rapping. But like I said, y'all got any questions, shoot. Man, I could go through some of these other games that happened today. Buffalo beat the brakes off of the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers gonna make the playoffs. Crystal balls in the chat. Crystal balls in the chat. I ain't being funny, but it's like, I kind of felt like they would be like this second half of the year with an older team if they didn't put some stock into drafting a young QB. They got Will Howard. At this point, you know, Aaron Rodgers 10-21, 117 yards. Mason Rudolph 0 for 3 in the interception. I mean, 10-24, 108 yards in a pick for the Steelers. QBs, veterans. I mean, even Josh Allen was only 15-23, 123 yards, a touchdown, and 1 pick. but James Cook pretty much dominated that game. I mean, that's what I mean. Buffalo, 249 yards rushing. Steelers, 58.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Thought Aaron Rodgers was going to stay the Steelers. Hey, KT, I ain't gonna lie. I let them have it that first month of the season. Then, after that first month went by, started to look like a crystal ball, don't it, KT? And they didn't went from had the division on lock to they 6-6. Chargers, the Raiders. See, when people say we should have got a veteran QB instead of drafting Cam Ward, like the Raiders are further away from being a good team than the Titans, even though they beat us. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do the Raiders have to look forward to other than they're gonna have to go into the draft and draft a QB? Because they should have drafted somebody along with Geno. And when I say it gets Shador, people laugh. Like, you got to have something to look forward to in the future. If you're the Raiders, you got to have something. The Vikings, I said that the Vikings would deeply regret letting Sam Darnold go, letting go of the known for the unknown. They had Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones, and they opted to go with J.J. McCarthy. And Carson Wentz is out for the season. Now they're down to Max Brosmer, 19 of 30, 126 yards and 4 picks, sacked 4 times. But once again, when you got Max Brosmer playing quarterback, 16 carries for 66 yards for the Vikings. Seahawks, 32 carries for 125 yards. So it's like, it's not about, I mean, Sam Darnold was 14 of 26 for 128 yards, no touchdowns, and sacked 4 times. Jackson Smith and Jigba only 2 catches for 23 yards, but it's really about just like them controlling the ground game and not beating themselves. Sometimes like people have to take into account with teams that are bad and whether you want to evaluate the players or not. These quarterbacks that y'all be glazing don't have these crazy outlandish numbers. They just don't make mistakes, and they have good players around them, and they just play to their strengths. He said Bengals with Burrow, only 2 games back at 4-8. Cardinals, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jacoby Brissett throwing the ball 100 times again. That's a pretty even game though. 95 yards rushing from both teams. More of a commitment to run by Tampa Bay. Brissett was 29 of 40 for 301. 2 touchdowns and a pick, 2 sacks. Baker Mayfield, 18 to 28, 194 yards, a touchdown, no picks, and 2 sacks. Pretty much an even game. And on the late night stream, if y'all stay tapped in when we go live on Kick and Twitch late night, we get to watch the highlights. After this game is over, we watch all the highlights from the games on Sunday nights and Monday nights. But we can't do it on YouTube and Facebook. So follow me on Kick and Twitch if you want to see those late night when we turn the music on and watch the highlights back and kind of go over it a little bit. New York Jets beat the Falcons. I thought the Falcons was going to win today. Kirk Cousins versus Tyrod Taylor. Kirk Cousins versus Tyrod Taylor. Cousins didn't play bad today. 21 to 33, 234 yards, 1 touchdown. Atlanta, 167 yards rushing to 110 for the Jets. Tyrod Taylor, 19 to 33, 172 yards, 1 touchdown. Costly fumble. Becker, I believe I seen y'all coaching staff. Y'all coaching staff is not as bad as ours, but it ain't far off. Panthers win by 3. Bryce Young, 15 to 20, 206, 3 touchdowns. That Jalen Coker been playing some ball for the Panthers, man. Listen, man. From Holy Cross, Jalen Coker has been playing some ball. 6'3", 213. Now, y'all see what I mean when I say dunkers. Jalen Coker, 6'3", 213. T-Mac is huge. Pause. Xavier Lee they got big receivers that dunk. That's why I like the Panthers right now, who knocked off Les Rams. That's why I like that. Give Cam Ward some dunkers, man. Give Cam Ward some dunkers, man. Dolphins beat the Saints, moved to 5-7. Saints is 2-10, fighting us for the number 1 pick. Tennessee Titans got a stronger strength of schedule. So if we tie with the Saints, they'll get the number 1 pick and not us. Miami 164 yards on the ground. Devin Achane going crazy. Tua only 12 of 23, 157 yards, no touchdowns, a pick and sack 4 times. CJ Stroud, 22 of 35, 276, no touchdowns, 1 pick, sack twice. But the Texans outgained the Colts 108-86. I think Daniel Jones' lack of mobility and his injury might hinder them down the stretch. 14 to 27, 201, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Like, Daniel Jones played a gutty performance today, but the part that fears me about Daniel Jones is when they, with that hurt leg, when they have to go outside and play in cold weather games, it might be detrimental to his body, and that might come back to haunt him. Last 2-minute drive of the game, it's disgraceful. Brock Purdy, 16 to 29, 168. Browns outrushed the 49ers, 138 to 91. Shador, 16 to 25, 149, a touchdown, no picks. Sacked 3 times. Yo, the Browns fumbled the ball 4 times. 4 fumbles ain't gonna get it, cuz. Yo, what if Traylon Burks has a game-winning touchdown today? Like, this would be like the most punishment for the Titans. I can't believe I'm watching Traylon Burks get busy out here, bro. This is crazy. Watching Traylon Burks get busy is just crazy. This is crazy. I'm watching the end of this Bronco Commander game. This is crazy. Yeah, see, that's either it's they didn't contact him or it's a tripping penalty because he kicked him. He didn't tackle him, so that's a tripping penalty. Oh, that's crazy. It should have been a penalty, but instead they getting the ball back. That's crazy. Yo, what a play by Singleton, because that was a catch from Zach Ertz. Oh, he punched the hell out that ball. Y'all have to be consistent. Like y'all got the two running backs. Y'all got physical receivers on the outside. Y'all have improved your offensive line. Y'all got some talent on defense. Like y'all definitely. I like what Canales is doing. And y'all in the division where, like, I don't trust the Saints and I don't trust the Falcons. Like y'all got a better shot to challenge the Buccaneers, who are beat up this year, than anybody. Like y'all could sneak in there. I like what y'all building. See, like, if I want the Titans to do with our receiving core what y'all did with y'all's T-Mac, Coker, Leggett, Horn, y'all got some talent out there. Jatavian Sanders from Texas, like y'all got some talented pass catchers to where like Bryce Young can kind of just put it up there sometimes. And then Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle, like y'all got a two-back situation where like y'all are running the football, y'all playing defense. Y'all just got to put it together week to week. Like y'all had a down week last week, bounce back this week. Now next week y'all got to step it up and play the way y'all played this week next week. Like I think y'all proved y'all could go toe to toe with anybody last year at the end of the season, but it's just like y'all got to do it every week. It can't just be a up and down thing for y'all. Y'all got to play like that every week. It can't just be this week or that week. So when this game go off, if y'all watching on Facebook or YouTube, make sure y'all tapped in on Kick and Twitch so y'all can watch the games, the highlights with us. And then if you on Kick or Twitch right now, make sure y'all following the Facebook and the YouTube for the football content. Sauce Gardner carried out the field with a left leg injury. Yeah, that sucks. Restrepo got carried off. I haven't seen any news. Probably tomorrow they'll say what the injury is for Restrepo. I kind of want to see the Commanders get the ball back with a shot for Mariota to make some magic. But I mean, Sean Payton is a good coach, man. He probably finna dial something up for this third down. Take it to the 2-minute warning. They got a fullback in the backfield. It's gonna be a QB draw, ain't it? Soft coverage on the bottom. Man, don't show that Jacksonville 25 Tennessee 3 back there. I can't stand to look at it. Wow, Justin Herbert fractured his hand today. Oh, big time stop by the Commanders. Commanders got to stop. They should get the ball back.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Caleb was good, bro. Man, Tennessee Titans, bro. I'm over here responding to comments. We about to, as soon as this game is over, we about to switch it up to kicking, twitching, and watch the highlights. How was your holiday though, Caleb? Man, if the Commanders win this game, it's gonna be crazy. What if it's Traylon Burks that made the game winning play too? That'd be even worse. I'd be happy for Traylon Burks though if he did it.
Let me teach you how to vibe. Is my multi-screen up? It said Mariota game-winning drive with the touchdown going to Burks. That would just be crazy. Julius Chestnut, Logan Cook threatening to kill him. Non-throwing hand. Ah, man, you know they're gonna be out there trying to kill him though. Bro, why? Last few days, my multi-stream chat has just not worked. It has sucked. Let me teach you how to vibe.
Two time, what it do, my boy?
watching the end of this game. When this go off, we're gonna watch the highlights. Y'all know how we do. Make sure y'all follow on Kick and Twitch though, so you can see. If you on Kick and Twitch when the stream in, like it's literally like a 30-second reset, and then we right back live. I just have to let the Facebook and YouTube feeds stop. You know, you can't play music or watch anything in the background on those streams for copyright issues. So we get in the Wild Wild West on Kick and Twitch and make it shake. And there's Kick Shotbybuddha and Twitch Shotbybuddha FB. If you watch on Kick, there are no ads, and you can use the emotes for free. I'm surprised Mariota ain't took off running on some of these first and second down and longs, because they kind of gave him some rushing lanes with them stunts. I'm really surprised he didn't take off running. Fourth down and short. See, the play he did just then is what I expected him to do before. Oh, big time catch from Zach Ertz. "26 seconds and counting." Debo Samuels, Ertz. Man, if Traylon Burks in this game, dog, I'm going to lose my mind. Do the Commanders get their timeout back because it was a penalty? Yeah, nah, this is crazy. Boy, if Traylon Burks in this game, bro, I'm gonna be sick. I don't like running a bubble screen right there, because you burning your time out. Like I don't like that play call. Unless the Commanders plan on getting the first down, clocking it, and then taking a couple shots at the end zone and then kicking. Trying to say Moody. Not Jake Moody, man. I didn't like that. I thought they was going to try to take the first down and clock it. He got out of bounds. He got out of bounds. I can't believe he got out of bounds right there. Come on, man. Traylon Burks one-on-one, man. Traylon Burks one-on-one, man. Traylon Burks one-on-one, man. What a play from Mariota, though. Are they playing 3 deep? They ain't even gonna take a chance. If you the Commanders, you just gotta throw the quick out right here. Yeah. Yeah, he threw it out the back of the end zone, kicked the field goal. Jake Moody.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
But it's got to be nerve-wracking watching Jake Moody kick it. Jake Moody is true. Jake Moody is true, bro. This is crazy. Overtime game. Traylon Burks, the hero. I thought this game would have been over, but it's still going. This game finna be going till 11 o'clock. Jake Moody, free football in DC. Crazy, right? Well, I need Traylon Burks to get a walk-off. Want him back on the Bears. Santos had... See, it's tough kicking in Chicago. Y'all ain't never gonna find a good kicker because y'all got so much bad weather, wind, and that's just tough. Y'all like kicking in Chicago is like Pittsburgh, Chicago. Like people gotta have a strong leg to kick in y'all stadium. What a guap drive by White. I know, man. Marcus Mariota fighting through the tackle to get out of bounds. All right. Commanders won the toss. They gonna kick it. Man, Marcus Mariota still playing ball, dog. I don't know, man. Like, sometimes I wonder as a Titan fan, like, what would have happened if instead of giving Tannehill 120 million, they would have gave Mariota like a deal? Would it probably would have been less than that? Let Tannehill walk. Would the Titans would have been a more talented team with Mariota at quarterback than Tannehill? I know Tannehill had some great years in Nashville, but Mariota was always more talented than Tannehill. I think Tannehill just like stayed so healthy for so long and played such good ball. Like just being a good decision maker for the Titans. Like less talent than Mariota for sure, but you know, he played his role well. Vikings, Max Brosmer, JJ McCarthy, Carson Wentz, like they in trouble, man. They in trouble. Jay Jettis 2 catches for 4 yards, bro. Like I know Jay Jettis got to be over there losing his mind, bro. He should be doing it. I do. Like if you look at all my Big Ben, what's good, my boy? When you think about all my posts that say hashtag I got to thinking, so it's like my series of my YouTube videos mixed with my regular posts is kind of like that what if series. That's kind of how I like the shop talks be up everywhere, Big Ben, but my YouTube is kind of like the best. I got the thinking question, and then my posts, like my Facebook posts and all that, is kind of my thoughts about it. So it's like kind of what I was thinking. I've been playing around with different ways to do it. I think that's been the most efficient, and it's been slowly growing. Like it ain't where I want it to be for sure, but like this rebranding to where I do my content like this, along with like my gaming, kind of doing that on Kick and Twitch late nights, it's kind of been how I want stuff to go going forward. But I hope you had a good holiday though, Big Ben. I know the Chiefs is not having a way right now, but I still think y'all can find a way to get into the playoffs and be a headache for the rest of the NFL. Gotta get Jay Jettis a QB. I mean, they had Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, JJ McCarthy, and let everybody go for JJ McCarthy, and then Carson Wentz got hurt. So it's like, you know, they kind of got what they got. You got to win out. Ooh, that's going to be tough. I mean, look, y'all play the Tennessee Titans, so that's a dub. Dang, Ingram just took on. That's a fast tight end right there. Stowers from Vanderbilt remind me of him. Tight end, but move like a wide receiver. 6 catches, 79 yards. Yeah, he cooking. Y'all got the Titans and the Raiders. That should be 2 dubs. Five more weeks. Who is y'all toughest games down the stretch? RJ Harvey, that was too easy for the Broncos. That was too easy. Like they literally walked down. Yards at the catch, a run game. Troutman and Evan Ingram pretty much ate that whole drive up without a receiver. Ooh, y'all got the Broncos and the Chargers to close it out. And I hate Restrepo got hurt today. Q, what up? is like Restrepo come in the fourth quarter, the 15-yard catch, and get injured. Titans just can't keep nothing on the field. Man, Wendy's is proud of these new chicken tenders they got. Hoping Mariota could help y'all out. He trying. I mean, Traylon Burks. Yo, if the Commanders walk down, do they go for 2? Oh, man. This is a good game, though. Man, why did Traylon Burks slow down? If he keep running, he got that. That was close. Flag. Yo, pass interference on fourth down. Oh yeah, he got there way too early. He didn't even have to do that. Like that wasn't gonna be enough. Man, this game ain't gonna ever end. Scary Terry for the tutty. Wow. Holding on the offense. Wow. I don't know about that, but it kind of just fell down. Debo Samuel said we're going to get it back. Marcus Mariota playing some football, man. They going after Riley Moss ass. I hate that play. I hate that play. Line up in like this huge formation and just run a dive. First play, I would have spread him out and let Mariota run a QB draw. Oh, Zach Ertz dropped it. Zach Ertz dropped the football. Wow. Zach Ertz. That was a perfect pass from Mariota. Zach Ertz dropped it. Oh my goodness. Oh, Zach Ertz dropped it. Zach Ertz got to catch that. Yo, Scary Terry. What a throw inside the linebacker in the corner for the game. This is a crazy game, bro. It's a crazy game. Oh my goodness. Q, man, come on. Oh my goodness, he batted it. That's a great play. Oh, he had it too. He had it too. He probably had to lob that. Yeah, McNichols was wide open. Like Mariota would have had to throw. He would have had to throw a lob right there. He would have had to throw a lob like up over the top. Benito just made a crazy play right there. That's a great play call too, just because they had the offset shotgun formation and motion them back across to get the man coverage, and then send everybody like that same pick play look. And Hufanga got caught up in the mix, but I mean that's just a good play by the defense, because if he had to put a lot of air under it, maybe McNichols don't even get to the ball. But that was a great game on both sides. All right, y'all. We're gonna watch some highlights, man. If y'all want to continue watching, tap in Shotbybuddha on Kick, Shotbybuddha FB on Twitch. You know, we can't do the watch the highlights on Facebook and YouTube. It flags, so we'll be able to watch them over there. No. If you watch on Kick, it's no ads. So if y'all want to watch with no ads, just watch on Kick. All right, we're gonna give it a 30-second reset. God first in the chat, and we're gonna be live in 30.